So I am excited to bring to you Jason Miller and Career Explorer Northwest. In this presentation, you will learn how businesses can use this resource to recruit and educate potential employees, and educators can use the website to help college and high school students explore career opportunities in Eastern Washington. You'll find this website to be very engaging and highly informative. Our presenter, Jason Miller, is the Corporate Investment Partnership Director for KSPS, Spokane Public Television, and he is the brains behind Career Explorer Northwest.
Thanks, Greg. I'll try to live up that introduction. And I want to start really by saying thank you to ESD 123 and Washington STEM Education Foundation for not only putting this on and all the work and logistics it takes to do these things, but to have me do it, have me to be a part of it and present to you. So I was asked today to walk you through a tool, a career exploration tool is what it is at its core, and that we have been building. It's free, it's online, something that you can use with your students when you're beginning them with their high school and beyond plans, in the middle of their high school careers, if they're thinking about that maybe they want to try to look at something different, or even adults who are looking for something different or a career change. So I too have heard common themes throughout the day. Do your research, find something that ignites you and moves you forward. And I guess my answer to that, in the immortal words of Bruce Springsteen, is you can't light a fire without a spark. And I hope that as we walk you through this Career Explorer exploration tool, that it will be the spark that starts to fuel the fire for a student to find a career that they never would have known about otherwise and pursue it. And for you educators and businesses, that if it doesn't have you dancing in the dark, maybe it'll at least have you dancing at your desk. So a little brief history. Again, I'm with PBS, essentially. The KSPS is the regional affiliate in Spokane of PBS, and we've also partnered with KTNW in the Southeast Washington area to help promote these job spotlights as well. But my job there is to go out into the community and find support for various places that will support KSPS. And so often I was hearing, Jason, thanks, I don't need any marketing. What I need is a workforce. Can you get me one of those? And because of our relationship with educators, we are educational television. We were hearing, gosh, we wish we had some sort of resource where we could showcase regional jobs that are in our own relative backyard, so students can see what's available to them and try to make those connections and connect those students with those businesses. And so we sat down with our regional education folks, we sat down with our regional business folks, and we created this tool called Career Explorer Northwest. And because we were educational media, we had the unique opportunity to not only take what we do well and do something good with it. So Career Explorer is the product, where we have partnered with businesses and we go out and we begin to create job spotlights. I'm going to share my screen here. The website looks like this. Now, we create job spotlights, and these job spotlights have multiple lives. They rotate on your public television station. They live on this website. They live on a national teacher website called pbslearningmedia.org. And then from the business perspective, businesses are also able to keep these spotlights and use them for their own creative recruiting ways as they're out there in the community. So a student can go on there, and what we're encouraging career counselors, CTE directors, teachers, and others to do is to go onto this website. Again, it's free, it's open to everyone, and begin to just search and say, well, okay, gosh, I feel like I'm pretty good at attention to detail, and I like to work with my hands. And the system will begin to sort some of the different jobs that are available. This means it has a video, so we're just going to choose industrial painter to give you an idea. Today, I'm going to walk you through some of the spotlights that we've created to give you an idea of some of the varied spotlights that we have. We have jobs that you can get right out of high school, jobs that require certification or a 2-year degree, jobs that require a 4-year degree, as well as masters. So when you open up a page, you'll see a multitude of things here. You'll see what are some of the skill sets commonly found in a job like this? What is this job? You'll see the video, and we'll look at that in just a second. What level of education do I need to get this job? Is this a 5/8? Is this a 4/10s? What type of jobs? Is entry, mid-level, senior? Everyone's most popular question, what does it pay? These are regional averages. As you can see, green is Spokane, blue is Tri-Cities to showcase both regions and compare. You're able to compare salaries by industry and jobs, if you'd like, and really have a nice, robust research tool as you begin that exploration process of what's out there and what do you think, what ignites me. So I'm going to play this for you and you can get an idea of what one of these spotlights look like.
My name is Skylar Cleaver. I'm the HR recruiter for International Aerospace Coatings. We pick all different types of aircraft, commercial, military, and then special order planes as needed. When we receive a plane from our clients, essentially it's a start to finish process. So we will do all the sanding, the grinding, the masking, and then finally the washing, and then the painting comes at the very end. It's really cool to see a plane when it comes in and then when it leaves.
My name's Jared Ponder. I'm a master painter here at International Aerospace Coatings. I started here completely entry level with no experience at all as a prepper. I worked as a prepper for about 11 months before I got the opportunity to become a painter. And from becoming a painter, it took me about 2 years to become a master painter and hundreds of paint shoots of experience before I really mastered the skills.
One of the most time-consuming and detail-oriented tasks that we have to do here at IAC is the masking portion. This requires an incredible level of attention to detail because there can be no paint on any of the wrong spots.
I take a lot of pride in my work here, and I've always enjoyed seeing the final product get pushed out the door. I've always enjoyed the opportunities for more time to work and the opportunities that they give you to move up. It's a job that I've thoroughly enjoyed for the last 4.5 years, and I plan on continuing to do it for years more.
Brought to you by International Aerospace Coatings.
So that gives you an example of what a spotlight looks like. When I've presented this in front of high school senior classes and 8th grade forums and 5th grade forums, that one always gets a round of applause. So I hope you enjoyed that as well. I'm going to move on to a couple of others here. Again, students can search by the name of the job. CNC operator is often a job that's high in demand in the manufacturing industry. Again, what are the skills? What are some of the videos? What level of education, hours, salary, etc.
I am a CNC machinist here at McKay Manufacturing. CNC stands for Computer Numeric Control. Basically, we tell the machine what to do based on CAD software. So we'll write a program, create a virtual part in the computer, and then through that we can post it into language that the machine then can take and read. And through that, we hit go and watch what happens. I had metal shop all through all 4 years of high school. My metal shop teacher said, you know what, we're taking a tour. We took a tour here to McKay, and ever since I've been fascinated with anything mechanical. And through that, it really got me kind of fired up for, machining in general. I mean, it's fun. After high school, I ended up getting a 2-year degree in CNC and manual machining. And through the school, 3 weeks before graduation, ended up getting hired here. So that was probably the best day ever.
Manufacturing right now is really fun. It's booming. Manufacturing has always been very good in the United States, but right now it's really taken off. And if you want to get into the manufacturing industry, it can kind of take you anywhere you want to go. We're always looking, always have been looking, and that demand is growing ever more so in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area as well as the nation. Everybody's looking for someone in manufacturing right now.
So I think opportunities here are way beyond. They go forever pretty much.
Brought to you by McKay Manufacturing.
That's another one in the manufacturing industry. We'll move on to automotive. We really appreciate John Inman and McCurley Integrity Subaru for coming on board with this project in Southeast Washington. And actually, you heard from Lance Stevens earlier. We were out at Framatome yesterday, so we will have a new job spotlight coming out in the coming weeks that highlights Framatome. But I wanted to show you this one in the auto tech. Again, your skills and the spotlight.
My name is Jack Reeder, and I'm an automotive technician here at McCurley Subaru. What drew me to being an automotive technician was the passion for cars I had at a younger age. I kind of just naturally gravitated towards, playing with toy cars and posters and playing racing games, and so naturally I just always had an interest in, cars. The training it takes for automotive tech, there's two paths really you can go about it. You can either, start as a Lube Express and kind of work your way up to the ranks, just learning different, systems and how vehicles operate, and just try to continue to further your education on vehicles. Or you can go through schooling, which is what I did, and go through courses, and instructors have already been technicians, so they kind of teach you what to look for, and just do a bunch of curriculum and focus more that way. From a beginner level, you really do a lot of on-the-job training. That's when it really ingrains in you. It's the experience that helps you learn quicker and helps you retain that information better. And the mentors help along the way. I mean, I still have mentors here that I'm still learning from, and it's a never-ending process of learning. One of the main things that keeps us going is being there for the customer and providing a service. You're always going to have a demand for working on cars because there's always going to be vehicles on the road to fix.
Learn more about careers and career paths at careerexplorenw.org.
So as you can tell, these are, they're 90-second spotlights. They're really, I call them commercials about the job, not necessarily about the company, but they're commercials about the job. And you're able to see some of the interesting things out there. I know this is a STEM-oriented type of thing, so we'll look at a hydrologist position that is a bachelor level degree.
My name is Kim Cecil, and I'm a hydrologic technician with the U.S. Geological Survey. What I do for a living is I'm actually part of a stream monitoring network. We also do water quality and groundwater sampling and groundwater levels. I basically work in stream water as far as surface water. We come to sites like this where we have a specific elevation set for a gauge height, and then we come out and make periodic discharge measurements to help calculate flow. In this specific area, we have, I'll talk about the transducer. We have a piece of equipment in our gauge house here that helps us sense how high the water is. So we have a line and piping that runs out into the river that sends these little bubbles out, and those bubbles sense how much pressure is on it, and that can tell us how high our river is at the time. And then in order to measure, we use an array of different things. We used to use current meters, and then nowadays we use acoustic methods. So we have acoustic Dopplers that we use that actually have these little beams on the bottom of them that send out, kind of like a Doppler in a weather station. It sends out these sound waves into the particles in the river, and then it reflects off of those particles and tells us how fast those particles are moving, which helps us know how fast the water is moving. We have USGS field offices all over the United States, so if you're open to moving and you're open to traveling for that, then that's your best bet.
Brought to you by New ESD 101.
And I'll show you one last one.
My name is Emily Lendine. I'm an occupational therapist at St. Luke's. I'm a primary on the spinal cord injury unit. As an occupational therapist, my job is to help anybody who is challenged by either physical, mental, or socioeconomic barriers do the things that occupy their day. So the things that occupy your day are getting up, getting out of bed, getting dressed, showered, breakfast, off to school, even return to driving. My job is to help you overcome those hurdles so that you can return to an independent life. Currently, occupational therapy is a master's degree. The master's degree program, it depends on where you go. It's about 2.5 to 3 years, depending on how they lay out their field work. We use our built-in community here to help simulate what somebody recovering from injury would do out in the community. I have taken people on our plane. We have a plane fuselage, and some of my spinal cord patients have travel plans, and they want to know, how am I going to get onto that plane? We'll often come down to our community and work on grocery activities. Sometimes they're limited by spinal precautions. They can't bend over. Well, how are they going to get the juice off the bottom shelf? I love this job. If my patients leave and they don't remember who I am, that's a success because they have moved on with life and they have returned to life as it should be.
Brought to you by St. Luke's Rehabilitation Institute.
So I hope you enjoyed those spotlights. Those really give you an idea of just how we try to highlight different jobs so students can see, can hear, can watch what that job really looks like and what that job means. Phase 2 for Career Explorer really came from listening again to our educational community. We work with an advisory council quarterly that comes together. It's a combination of our business sponsors as well as our educational partners that come together around this project specifically to say, how can we continue to connect with students and make this the best tool possible for those students? And what came out of those conversations is what would really be helpful, especially for students in rural communities, but all students really, is a virtual field trip. Getting the opportunity to take a tour of a company and see what's really happening there. And on these virtual field trips, you'll see different jobs that are inside of this video. You can, again, click on those links and research about those jobs. We're just going to watch just a short amount of this. I want you to see the interactive aspect of it.
Hi, I'm Mattson and I'm here at Wagstaff Incorporated with Casey Robinson, who is a mechanical engineer here, and he's going to be leading our tour for today.
Thank you, Mattson, for that great introduction, and welcome to Wagstaff. We're excited to have you here as part of our tour. So we've got a lot to cover, so let's just jump right in, shall we? So Wagstaff is a 74-year-old family-owned company. We're recognized leaders in the design, development, supply, and service of aluminum casting equipment to aluminum producers in over 50 countries around the world. We also...
Now, as you can tell, I can grab my mouse even when it's paused or when they're talking, and I can just kind of look around. So you could imagine students going through in any particular facility or place and just checking it out, enjoying and saying, wonder what that is. What's that person doing? What's that about? So this is one of our newest pieces that we're adding to this tool. But I'm going to veer away from that right now and show you a few of the other aspects of Career Explorer that have been very helpful. We have a whole page on apprenticeships. There's a 5-minute video. I won't put you through it right now, but this video explains, what is an apprenticeship? What is an apprenticeship as opposed to an internship or a fellowship? What ship should I be taking? And what is a registered apprenticeship versus a non-registered apprenticeship? Things like that. Different opportunities. This is a video about our local internship. Here is a list of local apprenticeships, at least in the Spokane region. We would like to add to this to represent Southeast Washington. Our reach into Southeast Washington and our partnership with the ESD 123 on this is relatively new. So we're going to be adding and building this out as we grow the tool, especially to represent not only Eastern, but Southeastern Washington. And so if you have an apprenticeship program that you would be interested in putting up here for students to find, please let me know. Another aspect of the website is educational resources. If you are an educator or a teacher, I'm hoping you'll find this helpful. We have curriculum already written for you. First and foremost, at the top, when we did a student test on this, we went into a couple of local high schools. One of the very first things students typed in were scholarships to learn about those. So we've tried to put in some local regional scholarship programs. Again, if you offer a scholarship or know of one that you think would be helpful on this site, please let me know. Again, if you're an educator, we have a job spotlight handout here that students can download. And it puts them through a series of questions as they do their research and say, what were some interesting facts about this profession? What level of education do I need to do to reach this? And it goes through, it's 2 pages long, pros and cons, and it helps them with their search as they go along. Again, for educators, we have a full-blown 26-page curriculum. If you're looking for something, learning objectives, standards that they meet, and the lists of handouts and the rest of it. So I encourage you to really go to this section of the website and see what's available to you and ready to go. And this is our tool. We continue to build it. We continue to grow it. We have 35 job spotlights on the site right now. And we have another 40 that we will be building here in the next year, a little over a year. So throughout 2021, this will continue to be a very robust tool that students can go and explore and enjoy. So please be on the lookout, not only on your local public television station for some of these local and regional job opportunities, but I really hope that you'll use this website. I really hope that you'll engage your students in the search process and let them find that piece that inspires and sparks them. And I could guarantee you, if they're looking for a connection and they come to you and say, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Smith, this looked like a really cool job. Do you think the company that sponsored this would be willing to talk with me? And I would guarantee you they would. And that's where the connections piece comes in. How do we make these connections? When the student finds what ignites them, let's drive it forward. And would really like to continue to work with you on this. So I appreciate your time. There's Greg. I was screen sharing and couldn't see him. Am I over time yet?
No, you're good.
Okay. So this is my contact information if anybody would like to have it real quick. And I appreciate, again, your time to look at this resource. I really do and sincerely hope you'll use it, and hope to hear from you.
Thanks a lot, Jason. You did a great job, and we really appreciate all the work that you do with Career Explorer Northwest, and we appreciate the opportunity to bring it to the Tri-Cities, and hopefully we'll get to highlight more of our businesses in addition to McCurley dealerships and Framatome. I think we've got some other businesses that are going to be interested in doing that. And I also remind you about what our friends from Careers in Manufacturing said. Part of figuring out what kids want to do and where they want to go is giving them a chance to explore different career opportunities. And that's what the Career Explorer website is all about. So thank you very much, Jason, for all your work and for being with us today. Our next presentation is really exciting. We are very fortunate to have with us this afternoon representatives from the Association of Washington Business and our own Tri-Cities Regional Chamber of Commerce to share an important initiative. This is almost like the big reveal at the end of one of those home remodel shows on HGTV. We're going to get to see a big, exciting project that not a lot of people in the state have got to see. They're here to share with us the Washington Workforce Portal. The Washington Workforce Portal is a new effort to link employers, students, and educators in a robust website that indicates work opportunities and internships in real time. We're fortunate to be one of the pilots for that portal here in the Tri-Cities. And in this presentation, you'll learn how you can benefit from this valuable resource. So please help me to welcome Kris Johnson, the President and CEO of the Washington Association of Businesses, Erika Borg, a Senior Advisor to the Association of Washington Businesses, and our very own Lori Mattson, President and CEO of the Tri-Cities Regional Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to have you here this afternoon.
I wish we were there today in person, like all of us probably do on this call. Last year when we were all together at the Pasco Red Lion over in Pasco, I talked just a little bit about, we had a tool coming out in the next year, a tool that we thought would be really, really important to helping us go away from being a net importer of talent and build off so many existing strategies to build a strong, educated, and skilled workforce in our local economies throughout the state of Washington. As Greg teased, we are going to pilot something pretty exciting in Spokane and in the Tri-Cities. And in Tri-Cities, we couldn't have asked for a better partner than our friends at the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce. And Lori's going to talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes. Erika Borg, the other person on the screen here that's joining me today, is our senior consultant for the AWB Institute, our 501c3 foundation, of which another Tri-Citian happens to be the chairman of the board of, and that's Mike Schwank. So today we are here to talk to you about the Washington Workforce Portal. And Jason Miller, if you can still hear us, I think this builds off so nicely of what you just showed as you talked about sharing the careers of tomorrow with young people throughout Eastern Washington. And that's what this is a great chance of doing, of giving young people the hands-on experience that they need to give them access to these entry-level opportunities of what types of careers exist of today and the types of skills that you need to have for the jobs of tomorrow there. This is launched under the ewbinstitute.org domain, and it's part of our Washington in the Making strategy. This is how do we build back a stronger economy? And certainly one of the elements of that is workforce. We know that we need to build a stronger workforce for the jobs of today and tomorrow, and that's exactly what the Washington Workforce Portal is all about. We have a unique partnership as I think about the Tri-Cities though in this space, and I'll do a little setup of what this is and then turn it over to Erika as well. We could, again, as I mentioned, we couldn't ask for a better local partner on the ground than the Tri-City Chamber, which is going to help us connect with employers to identify all of their internship opportunities and bring them to a one-stop center. But the special sauce isn't just around the internships. It's about what we can do next, from apprenticeships to youth apprenticeships to high school after hours, which is a program Wagstaff does really, really well that you just showed Jason in the video a few minutes ago, to teacher in the summer type of programs. It's really looking at the system of workforce and how do we make sure that everyone who has a chance to shape young people's career opportunities, including themselves, have a chance to come connect in one seamless opportunity. And then when I think about the Tri-Cities, it's partnerships that come to mind. And we have another one there with the work that WSU and CBC are doing, coming together to help be equal partners in this process, along with the Chamber, to ensure that we are coordinated and aligned, to ensure that we have the resources to engage employers, and to ensure that there's a strategy with workforce professionals to point young people to this important portal. So what we are piloting for the next summer is this internship strategy as part of Washington Workforce Portal in the community. It's a partnership with the 2-year community college system, the 4-year publics, and the 4-year privates to create that one-stop destination. And Erika, I'm gonna go to you in about 30 seconds. What is so neat about this is while we're not officially piloting this until next summer, there are already about 40 career opportunities that are inside the portal right now, including some that are in the Tri-Cities. And whether they, and as Erika walks us through this, we'll talk about, are they paid or unpaid? Are they virtual, in-person, or hybrid? Do you get credit for them, or are they a full-time professional opportunity? And so you'll see from Spokane Teachers Credit Union and others, there's a Habitat for Humanity, number of other internships that are in there right now. So there's a portal aimed at students, there's a portal aimed at employers, and there's a portal, part of the portal that's aimed at those career guidance professionals. The message I would leave before I turn it to Erika is if you're an employer, you want to be a part of this journey with us. See Lori, outreach to Lori, outreach to us. We want to make sure that you're connected and a part of the year one success story that we know that's going to happen here along the way. 2, if you're a career guidance person, we encourage you to go and look at the tools and opportunities that exist inside the portal and to see if there's something missing, let us know that. We'd love to add to it as well. And if you're a student, yes, you can go right now to the workforce portal to see what's already online. So without any further ado, let me turn it over to Erika, who's going to show you all of the important parts of the portal and then have Lori finish it up.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for that. We are so excited to review and so not going to hold this back any longer. You're going to get to see this website, and I'm going to share my screen right now. So what you're looking at here is the Washington Workforce Portal. And you can all go to washingtonworkforceportal.org. You can open accounts. If you're a student, you can open an account. If you're an employer, you can open an account. If you're an educator, you can open an account. Because, you know, technically internship season may be next summer, but let me tell you, there's opportunities now and you can start getting preloaded in there. The basics of this homepage, as you can see, is really simple. There's a search bar where you can type in what you're looking for an internship. So let's say I want an accounting internship. I can search for an accounting internship. And in fact, there's a tax internship that's available already in the Spokane region. Not necessarily in the Tri-Cities, this one, but there will be in our both pilot places available internships. So that's just kind of the simplest version. You know, we're all comfortable with that Google search. So there's that element there. You can also search by, if you're an intern looking at this, you can also search for interns. So let's say you're looking for someone that has a particular quality. You can put that quality as an employer into that search and it will come up and do that search for you. there's the 3 basic areas. So you can enter as a student, register here, enter a student account. You build your resume and your portfolio here. And once you build your resume and portfolio, you can start applying for things, have your saved searches and your saved internships available. And here's your advantage items. So full-time, part-time, whether or not they're traditional, virtual, project-based, paid or unpaid. You can put your county preference. So right there, you can select any county that would work for you. And then one of the secret sauces is our automatic matches. So the system can pull from your portfolio and from the application and the profile that you make when you register a student, potential internship match that it sees for you just based on your profile and the profile that employers are looking for. The same kind of thing happens on the employer side. So from the employer side, there's resources over here on the right-hand side. So there's a access to experience resource. There's the a local workforce internship guide, employer FAQ, and then a comprehensive Washington internship guide that we have produced about a year ago alongside the State Board of Community and Technical Colleges. So that's always a resource for those of you that maybe if you're an employer and you haven't yet started an internship program, but you're interested and say, how do I go about doing it? Full guide. You can also see the recent internships that have been loaded into the system. So all internships are currently loaded in, and these are internships and opportunities available today for. The advantage here, as you can see, is being part of a statewide platform is we have local experiences, but you also have this, perhaps you're a student away at school. You can see what's going on in another region. Say you're coming home to the Tri-Cities at Christmas or coming home next summer and looking for that work-based learning experience, that intern job opportunity. There's an opportunity there. Employers, when they register, their registration is sent over to staff, either myself or staff at the Tri-Cities, that go ahead and approve the ability to post internships. This is an important aspect because we want to make sure that there's fidelity and that internships are real and full opportunities, and no one is posting something that hasn't been fully. So that's an advantage to the system, is that all these internships are real opportunities available for students. The educator platform is very similar to the employer platform, but it also gives you the opportunity then to search and see what internships are out there and available for your students. So of course, we encourage any educator, teacher, a college counselor, or a career counselor to go ahead and enter in the system. There is an option to look according to industry. So you can take a look, and for your STEM opportunities, manufacturing, healthcare, just a variety of intern opportunities, and search that way. You can also do a search by region. So you can click on counties and it will take you out to a list of the internships that are located within that county. So there's ways for you to explore this and search in a variety of ways. And we're really excited for what this means for Tri-Cities, because as we're starting out at the community college level and at the higher ed level on internships, there is clearly K-12 opportunities for internships, should they be ready and willing to go there. And then beyond the internships, so many things, opportunities around a variety of work-based learning experiences, the potential for teacher externships, and others. Now, the one thing I want to show you that's really unique in addition to this workspace is that you can go into it and see, especially on the employer side, how many people and how people that are connected to your institution. So this is important on both the employer side and the educator side. And the advantage here is you can see if a student has registered, or you can see if people within your organizations are using the portal. So there's some fidelity there that you have able to see, yes, internship students are seeking out internships and they have applied, or there are opportunities that are relevant for them. As Kris has mentioned, one of the keys to this is really our local partners. Because as much as we can have this statewide platform, and this platform that has, presents all these opportunities and puts them all in one place, their relevance and their relevance to the local community comes through the knowledge and on the ground talent that an organization like Tri-Cities offers. We could not do it without partners like Lori and others in Tri-Cities, because they are the ones that know what local employers are looking for, what students are looking for, and really have their pulse on what is happening in your local market. Having this happen just solely from Olympia, I think Kris and Lori would both agree, could be a huge mistake. And so that's why we're very happy and excited to be partnering with Lori and the team at the Tri-City Regional Chamber. Lori, Mattson, do you want to share a little bit about the process and that you've been going on locally and engaging in this and getting this launched?
It's great to see everybody. Thanks so much, Greg, for inviting us to participate and thinking to add me to this panel. I just have a little bit to add. Kris and Erika have really done a great job of kind of teeing this up, but I wanted to provide a little bit of backstory on kind of how we got involved and why we are so excited to be one of the pilot areas. About a year and a half ago or so, there were a group of local people that were working in coordination with WSU Tri-Cities and CBC and business people, actually kind of trying to create this. Just a local way, not necessarily a portal, but just a mechanism in which to get business owners and interns connected. And we realized pretty early on that we were really over our head. We weren't going to have the results that we were looking for. At the same time, I'm lucky enough to serve on the AWB Institute board, and I saw that this project was kind of coming down the pipe. And so I alerted our group and said, maybe I could talk AWB into letting us be one of these pilot programs. And so they were really happy to include us in the pilot. So we're really fortunate for that. And then kind of the third thing that happened is hopefully many of you have heard of MyTri 2030. It's the regional vision project that the Chamber's been leading for the last couple of years. Last summer actually was a really pivotal time. We held 6 workshops here in our building in the Bechtel boardroom. Through the MyTri Visioning Project, we've identified 6 opportunity areas where our region should focus. And those are agriculture, education, energy, inclusion, life, and prosperity. And not surprisingly, one of the ideas or one of these high-level strategies that came out of several of these workshops was this intern program. Is just this need for experiential learning, whether it was in ag, in energy. It came up at the education workshop. It came up in the prosperity workshop. So we kept having this idea of this bringing business owners with interns to develop their skills and to help businesses. And so I just look at like all of the stars aligned between the group that was trying to do this more of a grassroots to the AWB Institute working on this, and then this being a MyTri initiative. So we're in the process. We're actually really close to hiring a full-time workforce education program manager who will be our face for this program and work directly with Erika and Kris and the team at the AWB Institute. Where this person's primary job will be to outreach to businesses, to identify employers that, as Erika walked you through the site, will participate in this, and then also to work with our partners. And that's really the big key here, is this team with Sandra and Rebecca from WSU Tri-Cities and CBC. So we've got people from their their team that will be working with our employee to also do the outreach to our students. So I think we've just got this great team put together. We've had a number of meetings already, and all we're missing is this person. But we're very, very close, and look to have that finalized here in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be meeting these deadlines. So we're really appreciative that we get to be one of the pilot sites, and we're really appreciative of our partnership with WSU Tri-Cities and CBC, and we look forward to helping our employers and also helping students.
So one thing that I should put in there that has also launched alongside this Washington workforce, a larger vision for the economic future of the state. It's called Washington in the Making. And if you go to Washington in the Making in the vitals and you look at the Tri-City region, you can see the number of STEM jobs is one of the indicators and the vitals that we've picked. And the number of STEM jobs in Washington, in particular in the region for Tri-Cities, is 57 out of 1,000 jobs in the state for 2019. Now we know that the waiting period and the amount of STEM jobs available, and the number of prepared individuals for those jobs, there has been a historic gap, and many of those jobs stay empty for way too long. Now, it is our hope that this portal will speed up internships and speed up those entry ramps into those jobs for young people in Tri-Cities. So I hope that not only will we see more STEM jobs per 1,000 opportunities in Tri-Cities in the future as a result, but certainly more individuals from Tri-Cities ready and prepared to fulfill those jobs. One more thing on that portal is, you don't have to wait until next summer to sign up or for anyone to be on the ground. So any employers, educators, I encourage you to sign up today. I also encourage you to reach out to me or Lori or Kris if you have any concerns or problems utilizing the portal. We are trying to get this better every day. It is truly a pilot. And we are also looking to expand resources. So additional resources that you think would be helpful to using this for students, employers, or others that are Tri-City specific, let us know how we can do that as well. It is important to us that the portal not only be a statewide platform, but really reflect the needs and concerns that are facing Tri-Cities specifically.
Thanks, Erika. I was smiling as you were talking because I too was at the vitals. I had gone to STEM jobs. I was looking at the Benton Franklin MSA and comparing it to the state and seeing the same data set that you were seeing. So, Greg, we're really excited about this. This is really we're going to do an official press conference in January, but it's only been leaked like 6 times between, like the little earlier in the year until now. So it's an exciting portal. You can go online, as you can see, real time. You might want to think about this as an individual. I might have a son or a daughter going to school in Spokane or out of state, and they're going to come home. What a great opportunity to give them a head start on thinking about their internships for next summer. So with that, Greg, we're happy to answer any questions or go as much further as you'd like.
So this might seem like a really obvious question, but in some of the previous sessions, especially folks from the Hanford area have talked about the silver tsunami that's coming up, right? And all the guys who are ready to retire. And so how would you, if you were an employer, how would you strategically use the portal to kind of get the message out there about what jobs you have available and to help people decide, is this right for me or not?
Yeah, I would leave you with a couple thoughts, and Lori and Erika, feel free to jump in. One is, this is a great opportunity just to showcase the breadth, the diversity of jobs that exist at the Hanford Nuclear Reservation and at the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. We talk about STEM-related jobs. No doubt that PNNL plays a key anchor in that STEM component there. So A, it's an opportunity to broadcast out the diversity of jobs. B, the types of skill sets that individuals would need to qualify for those jobs. 3, that this also is kind of a capstone to the fact that you don't have to leave the community to have economic opportunity and success. We have a We have a K-12 strategy. We have a 2-year strategy, a 4-year strategy, an apprenticeship strategy, all in the Tri-Cities region today. And you can get a great paying job right there in this community. The next piece for employers is you're invested in filling that pipeline or that leaky bucket called workforce as people retire. This is a chance for you to go to the front of the line to say, hey, what does the quality of our people look like in this community? Oh, I'm really interested in A, B, and C to join my company. And I suspect for many that go through this, if they are in a post K-12 strategy, it might be a 1-year or 2-year internship during the college cycles, and they may have a job offer in their hand for, hey, when you finish, you have a job opportunity right here in this community. And so, Erika, Lori, I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I think if I am an employer, it's a chance to get to the front of the line to compete for the talent because we are in a competition for minds.
You know, it is much easier to start with finding good and great employees, and you start with an intern and you say, gosh, this is someone that's ready, willing, and excited to advance in this career. You know, especially when it's competitive space for employment, and in STEM it is, and in some of these places it is a competitive employment, and it can be hard to find those qualified people. It's a lot easier if they've already know you and have had a great experience while they were in school or while they were just at the very beginnings of their career.
Good, thanks, Erika. So I like what you said, Kris, and Erika too. It's not only a individual business thing, but it's kind of a regional effort too, right? To bring people to the area and say, here's the opportunities that are available on kind of a macro scale for folks who live in our area. And then Lori, just to kind of wrap things up, for our local chamber, can you kind of tell us once again, just real quickly, what your role is going to be, and if people are interested on the local level, how to contact you?
Sure. So we're hiring a workforce education program manager that will work directly with Erika and Kris and the team at the AWB Institute, as well as, you know, they have their other pilot site is in Spokane. So they're creating a team. Our person will work with them to. They're working on some marketing strategies and as Kris mentioned, a press conference to officially launch this. But you know, our employees' job primarily will be to reach out to businesses that, you know, we'll start with those that are you know, highly likely to be using interns, and then work our way through there. So really just, you know, kind of a public relations position, getting out to businesses and making sure that they're aware of this opportunity, and then also working closely with our partners at CBC and WSU Tri-Cities to ensure that this information is also getting to the educators.
Wow. So thank you very much. This is really exciting for our area to once again have a group of people coming together and work in that collaborative environment with AWB, with our educators, and with our business people. We really appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing the internship portal, and we look forward to seeing great things from that. So thank you very much.